you are meant to be successful. Now, that may mean something different to each person, but ultimately it means that you feel comfortable in your skin, that you know who you are, that you are really confident about your life purpose, and that you know you're making a difference not only in your life, but maybe you want to do that in the world as well. I'm Roger Burnley, and I have been a coach for a really long time, but there's something else that I was doing also, which was automatic writing, meaning contacting universal consciousness. We are all connected through consciousness, and we operate and move through our lives through our consciousness. But we also have generational trauma that we move through. We have different blockages that we might accumulate or accept, and that's always a matter of using cognitive behavior training, awareness, self-actualization, however you might think of it. The early part of my life, I was lost. I didn't know what I was going to do in my life. I kept fumbling around. And then I also moved through a lot of difficulties and illnesses and all kinds of things. But all of those 37 years, what I was doing was downloading a consciousness raising system that works for any single person. And then I also discovered that I had the ability to connect to your consciousness, and that was something that was really surprising for me. And I discovered that much later in my life because I am 75 now, and everything that I went through before has been changed and healed through this work. And the work came through what I call my consciousness, who is Wilhelm, and that started in 1989. This is a difficult concept for many people to understand or accept, but we move through generational changes in our lives, but also in our world, and that's why it might have been a little difficult for you over the last several years, because they're energetic changes and shifts that we're all moving through. But when you start to figure out and come in contact with who you are and what you're here on this earth to do, things change. And what I'm saying, every person is born with a purpose. It's just that it might have been talked out of you. You might not believe it. You might not have developed the confidence. You may have gone through all number of things, but I'm telling you, it is there and it's within you. Now, it's challenging for many people to understand this because no one has quite done what I have done in terms of contacting universal consciousness and the alignment of each person, because that is what I have. And it works brilliantly all the time. So what I'm doing now for the next couple of days, I'm going to give you, if you decide to come into my online program, that is something where you receive assignments, basically, where you're going through a self-discovery. Think of self-actualization, however that is. I give you something, an understanding of what I came through, what I got from this information, and then you do the work on yourself. And it's miraculous what happens. You'll see the testimonials from people who have done this, and you'll understand what I mean. But then also I can do private sessions. Now, I hadn't done so much of that before because I didn't know that I was this good. I didn't know that I could access that much information, but now I am doing that because I want more people to get the information and know who they are and cause our world to be better, because that's what happens when you become who you're meant to be. So for these next couple of days, anyone who invests in a session, you'll get an extra one, because then you can come back next week or the week after, whatever you choose, you'll have another session. And that's what I'm doing for these next 2 days. Today is the 21st, so the 22nd and 23rd if you do it through there. But also, if you decide to take the program, you can have a 30% discount on whatever entry level you want to come in. I am determined to prove how valuable this work is and how you can change your life and how we can change our world, because that's what this was meant. We may not have belief sometimes, because I sure didn't, but now I do. And you'll have the same thing as you hear these people talk about their experience, and you can have the same thing. Thank you so much, and enjoy this information. See you soon.